Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
It's one mic. It's one mic.
Give me a moment, would you, friend? I've never been on trial for my thoughts before.
Welcome to the Only One Mic podcast called Gerard. Just me, Brooklyn Dre. How y'all doing?
Peace, fellas.
Great.
All right, so Jim Jones, the Gucci store, allegedly evacuated because he, was there. Let's just call it what it is. All right.
Harlem meltdown.
Harlem meltdown.
I love him.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about this is that he's from Harlem, and he got money now. And if you listen to this rant, it really sounds like he's just like outside reality. The stuff that this cat is saying is crazy.
All right, well, let's hear it.
I know you like him. I know that's your man. I ain't
love
got
him.
Nothing against him. He never did nothing to me or for me, but
I love him.
Yeah, this is a little bit kind of like on some diva stuff. So
and Little Mama's daddy, I'll take him too.
Leave Little Mama's daddy out of this. All right, so we're gonna check this out. This is Jim Jones in the Gucci store. Y'all got to check this out. Hold on.
We've been in Gucci for about an hour, right? And we in Gucci in the VIP. We've been in Gucci for like 2 hours. Right? Since we came in here, having nobody came and showed us no courtesy, no amenities, no nothing. Period. Not even a drink of water. Asked to speak to the manager. Send me a black guy out here that started telling me some bullshit. So they got the black guy racial profiling on black people. Asked to speak to a manager bigger than him. Everybody disappeared. Ain't nobody come out yet. I still ain't getting no sparkling water. I still ain't getting no champagne. I still ain't getting nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop it right there. Did you hear what he said?
Did he get a sparkling water?
He didn't get a sparkling water. Now, that's one thing, but it's just like if you know that what is like the first person that come out, the second person or whatever, and they kind of snowing you over is what he's saying. Why are we even still in the Gucci store making a video?
I don't know. I mean, he might have just been making a video to prove a point. We don't know if he's ever going to buy Gucci again.
He will. He will.
The sad part about
I'm
it
quite
is,
sure.
the sad part about it is this happens with our people all the time. Like, there's a lot of things that we should boycott, but we don't, as a unit, we don't stick together. Like, if I go into a store and they don't give me good service, you know what I mean? We really shouldn't give them our money. And you shouldn't support that. But the fact that it's Gucci, they're probably gonna owe him an apology. They'll probably
They won't apologize. They will not apologize.
They might. Look at what happened with Oprah. That same thing happened with Oprah when
Okay,
she
I'm
was
gonna stop you right there. Oprah, Jim Jones.
No, but listen, the same thing happened to Oprah when she was in where was she? She was in Italy or something like that, or Paris or something, and she went inside she went to go get a bag, and they just like didn't want to sell it to her or anything like that.
But you're talking about different type of money, right? So you're talking about Oprah in Italy. This is Jim Jones in Harlem.
But
the bottom line is they don't want you there.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't want you there. Why are you going there? You know what? We are the only people that force people to take our money. We're arguing with them to take our money. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense. Hold on. I'm going to get some more context in this. Hold on 1 second. Y'all just stop me whenever y'all hear some type of trigger word that makes you want to say something against this. All right, hold on.
Yeah. I didn't have a salesperson inside of my VIP suite the whole time I was there. I had to keep screaming for VIP people to help me out. Now everybody don't know where the real manager is.
Why is he still there?
He's angry.
Why is he still there?
I would still be there filming my video. Do y'all believe what's going on? I'm still stuck in the Gucci store. Ain't nobody.
I wouldn't be stuck in the Gucci store. You pack up your tents and leave.
Yeah, but you gotta let it be known that you're a dissatisfied customer, and that's what he's doing.
Man,
but you know what the thing of it is that I could respect that if that was his maybe that is his first encounter. But historically, there's so many situations that happens inside of Gucci that black people should not be surprised when they go to Gucci and get what they get, man.
Now, you saying his first encounter in the Gucci store like this, or just in general?
I don't know if it's his first encounter, man, but I'm just saying in general, you know. I mean,
he's been profiled before, I'm quite sure.
No, I'm just saying we have numerous situations, you know, with different artists that has had problems with Gucci. We had the advertisement. They did the whole thing where they try to give a couple of bucks to Dapper Dan to do his whole Gucci thing and whatever. They, you know, they give an apology here or there. I mean, they have a history of not really respecting our money. You know what I mean? So why do you continue to go there?
Because it's a status symbol. It's a status symbol.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad about black people? A black person can go into a local soul food joint one time and get a bad deal in the soul food joint or get bad service, and they'll walk out and talk crazy about that soul food joint forever to the point where they'll, destroy the business. Just completely badmouth the business and destroy the business, and nobody wants to go there within the neighborhood. But when it comes to Gucci and all of these designer brands and all the other stuff like that, these Negroes will force themselves to spend money up in there, man. And they look like fools. I saw the whole video. I mean, I don't want to, maybe I want to jump ahead, but I think he said he spent like $29,000.
Yeah,
or
that's
something
right.
like that.
Let's just jump right.
What could you buy for $29,000?
Let's just see. Hold on one second.
You heard? It's time. I'm tired of this. We spending all this money as entertainers inside these stores. They hire these black people, and these black people are more racist than white people when they get their job inside of Gucci. All of a sudden, you stop playing with us, bro. Still haven't seen a manager yet. Still haven't seen a manager yet. Since I'm talking to you right now, a manager still hasn't popped out of Gucci.
If this was McDonald's, would you stay there? Just a general question.
No, I'm not staying there. I'm not. Listen, you don't want money. My money, I'm out. I hear what you're saying, Meech, though. You're saying probably his initial thing of, I don't know, maybe feeling
he's bringing awareness, but this
discriminated against or whatever.
Outside of him, right? Here's the thing. I've run into this situation, and I'm not a star. You know what I'm saying? Right here, in Eastchester, New York. There, I was in Lord and Taylor's. It's so funny because my mother was up in Lord and Taylor's, and she was shopping, and I didn't even know she was in there. I was in there with one of my homegirls, high school friend at the time, and she stole. But yet they pulled me into the room and go through all my clothes. Like,
so I'm assuming this friend of yours was a Caucasian woman?
See. And they go through my bag and they read my receipt and they call my mother and tell my mother I'm banned from the store. Right? And it's crazy. My mother's like, what do you mean? I went back in the store. Let me find out you got a white booster. No, but the crazy thing is, like, it happens to us all of the time. Like, a big name, a star, it doesn't matter. It's your skin color.
So you went back to the store? I just want to go back to that. You went back to the store after that?
No, I said it's not about being a star. It's just
no. I said you
color.
went back to the store.
Oh yeah, I did.
Even after they did all of that, though.
But I was doing it because I was young. I didn't shop there, but I just wanted to go back in because they said I couldn't. But I didn't buy nothing. But I walked around that store, and I looked. My thing is, at the end of the day, we shouldn't support no more. But it takes a lot of us sticking together and backing each other up for it to make a statement. We don't hurt anybody's pockets because there's always a group of us that still goes back. You know what I'm saying? They still support. We still give money. And it's crazy because if you feel as though you're being mistreated or racially profiled, whatever, you should ask to speak to a manager. He's not wrong by asking to speak to a manager right now. You should ask if they blowing smoke, then you need to talk to the next person. So he's right about that. The thing is, the difference between him and us is he's got a little status, you know what I mean? Because he's in entertainment and he's popular and, we regular.
Do you think that when he walked in there that people actually knew that was Jim Jones?
I mean, this is the thing about Jim Jones, right? Like, the thing with him is he's popular. We know him. You know, he's known across the states. He might be known in some countries too, because I'm sure he traveled abroad to do some shows at some point. But he's not Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying? So he's not 50 Cent's level.
I guess what at the end of the day, it really don't matter who you are. I mean, I guess if you can afford it and be there, but at the end of the day, I just don't get like why these artists are so surprised when they go into these stores. They really don't even market the clothes towards you. You know what I mean? And black people love to get in these videos. They love to get in these photo shoots and have all of this stuff on and spend buku money for it. And they don't care about you. And the sad part about that dude, I'm quite sure he has access to a lot of black designers. And I'm not saying, God knows I ain't got a racist bone in my body, man. I'm just saying that, you could support other people that would be interested in supporting you. I don't care if they're white or black or anything like that, but
it's Gucci. And that's the thing. When we get a little paper, that's the first thing we do. We go to Louis Vuitton, we go to Gucci, we go buy red bottoms. You know what I'm saying? And we go get the Versace.
Some of us.
Yeah, some of us.
I would never buy it.
It's like, I made it and look at what I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in college, my homegirl from Philly brought me to her house. You know what I'm saying? And her mom's wardrobe filled with Donna Karan. But it wasn't DKNY. It wasn't Donna Karan written all over. She had actual Donna Karan suits. You know what I'm saying? She wore it every day to work. And my thing is, just like with Coach, I had Coach bags from when I was in high school. My mom had bought me Coach bags. I still have my Coach bags. They don't have the C's all over it and all of that stuff. It's okay to like nice stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it.
But when you take your money and you flashy with it, it's kind of like, that's stupid to me.
So do you kind of think this is kind of like him stunting as well? Because we didn't play the full video. We don't play the full video.
Oh, go ahead, play some more.
You want to play some more?
No, hold on a second. I don't care about him, doing whatever he do. You know what I mean? Because again, if it's your money and you can afford it, God bless you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as it don't look, I'm into as long as the clothes look masculine, God bless you. But my biggest thing is I don't understand why do we as black people just continue to beg people to take our money, and we don't beg our own people to take our money.
We always find a problem with our.
We have one bad experience with our people, and that's the end of it with them. You know what I mean? And again, let me say our people, because all people is our people, but I'm just saying, just in general, I'm just talking about black people as of right now. You know what I mean? I have no racist bone in my body, but my thing is that it's just like they just beg white businesses to take their money. It's amazing to me, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't understand, but hold on, we're gonna check out a little bit more of this. So we left off where he didn't get the sparkling water or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And the bill is like $29,000, but we didn't pay that yet. You heard? Why would we? They still haven't sent manager all bottle of sparkling water or anything that says that we appreciate your service for being in here in Gucci and spending that bag.
The big one.
The big one. They sent this guy. Yeah, nah. What is he possibly going to do? You heard? What is he going to do? Is what I want to know. Still haven't seen a manager. Is there a manager that works here or everybody's just a worker?
$29,000.
He didn't pay it.
But you have the ability to pay it. He was about to. Why?
Yeah.
$29,000. I mean, you know what you could have done with $29,000. I mean, that's his business.
That's his business.
Yeah,
we because they'll say you counting their money. And
I don't particularly care about any of this, but it's just the principle to just say like you said, as black people, why are we forcing this? Like, if the manager is coming out or hasn't come out or whatever, and nobody's in the store to help you, I'm not going to sit there and beg you to take my money. I just would like to know if this was any place besides. But I mean, the act of just standing there, like
he's standing there filming that he had a bad customer service experience. He didn't even pay them the $29,000.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I gotta tell you, today's day and age, in this day and age, in today's times, it is the norm to pull out your phone and put people on blast for bad customer service, for whatever the case may be. He's not the only one that's made a video. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of. I forgot what female went into it was a Rite Aid or a Walgreens or something. They followed her around, didn't even realize that she was like kind of famous. I forgot who it was. This was just like last year sometime. And she put the video up on her page. She filmed the whole thing, talking to the manager and all of that. And she filmed the whole thing. So it's the norm.
I would respect it more if he said, you know what, listen, I came here, they disrespected me. You know, I'm not into the whole video thing, but if that's what he want to do, I came here, they disrespected me. I made a video, you know, he makes the video and he says, yo, I'm never buying nothing from Gucci again. I'm out of here. That's it.
Or show the front of the building. This is the address. Y'all don't shop here, whatever.
This is the building. Don't shop here, whatever. I mean, respect that.
What else happens in this video? I mean, what's the bottom line? How does it end?
Well, let's see. You can finish.
That's pretty much it. But then also too, the funny thing of it is that at the end of the day, even in that, right? And I'm just saying this from just working man, right? Whoever that black guy is in the video, the security, whatever, they sent him out to do his job, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? He works at Gucci. You know what I mean? And that whole, what is he going to do, and ridiculing him and putting him on the camera. That's just like, like how we all work at a job and somebody tell you to do something. You just got to do it. You working it, man. What is he going to do? Is he going to walk out and stand up and fight for Jim Jones at his job? Jim Jones ain't paying him.
I don't know. I really don't know. We really don't know the whole ins and outs of what happened. We just know this. We listening to Jim Jones audio. And at the end of the day, let's talk about the worker, okay, that came out to talk to him. So you work for Gucci, and I come in there, you know what I'm saying? And I ask to speak to somebody, and they send you, right? How would you feel if you was in that man's shoes? And how would you feel if you was in the worker's shoes?
In the worker's shoes.
Are you the type of person that would be like, why are y'all sending me because they're black?
Well, that's more of like an inside baseball discussion, like, because as the shopper, you don't know who's the manager and who's not.
Yeah, then also too,
I mean, I see what you're saying. You said, we don't stood up for that. Yeah.
We don't know the whole scenario, the complete scenario, but I would say this also too, looking at it from the brother side. I don't know if it could have been they're putting a camera on him. You know what I mean? Whereas like he got family to feed.
Yeah.
Jimmy ain't taking care of his family. You know what I mean? He's taking care of his family. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's all right to, sell out or anything like that, man. I'm just saying, listen, man, that problem is bigger than that man's pay grade, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That problem goes to Gucci, man. You know what I mean? And it's kind of ironic out of all. And like he said, he couldn't find who he could find in the store, whatever the case may be. But I mean, come on, man. Put the worker man on blast, man. That guy probably ain't making no money at Gucci. You know what I mean? Probably just a security guard or something. Who knows?
Wasn't it the same situation where they was talking about, like, on along the lines of banning these companies? Was it Gucci that everybody was saying? And they said
that sweater out or something like that.
Yeah, and they said they were gonna stop doing it. And then it was Floyd Mayweather was saying like he was gonna still continue to shop there, and he made a video shop in there or something. I don't want to say that it's Gucci. Was it Gucci?
I think so.
I think it was Gucci.
Something with the nooses. It was nooses or something on their clothes or something.
Big lips or something like
that. Weird sweater or something, like some big lip, like Sambo looking sweater or something like that.
Yeah.
Something crazy, man. But again, they don't want you there, man. You know what's funny about it is they don't mind you buying the clothes. I guess he may think he's spending a lot of money because he's spending $29,000.
It was Gucci. I'm sorry, y'all. It was Gucci. Blackface sweater. This was back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He spending his $29,000. There's probably people in there that $29,000 look like $5, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when they go in there and they get them VIP sections and whatever. Not to say that it means anything. I'm just saying they don't respect him. They don't. While they're good high sedity clients are in there sipping their champagne or whatever the case may be, they don't want you in there. You know what I mean? They don't want
The
you
same
in
company that made a racist sweater about 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We never stick together. Like we never.
Yeah.
Stick
So why
together.
even supporting this? You know,
we never stick together and just stop.
Some of these designer brands feel like black people depreciate the value in their clothing, man. That's how some of them feel. They feel like we depreciate the value of their clothing, man.
Yeah, I mean that, but you know, $29,000. I'm just saying, like, I'm not pocket watching the cat. If you got $29,000 to spend, that's on you. God bless you. You can spend your money how you want to. But I'm just saying, me personally, is that I'm not going to stand in the store making a video. Once you tell me the manager never came out and you asking for champagne and sparkling water, because I know in one statement he made, he was like, normally they give out so much champagne in this situation and he be drunk while he's shopping or something like that, something crazy. But I'm like, why are you even still here?
Yeah,
you know,
I ain't never begged nobody to take none of my money, man.
I don't even like to stand on a long line to spend money.
Yeah,
if I don't have to, yeah. You know,
while we talking about all this racial stuff, let's talk about
your man.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Joe Rogan.
All
right, Joe Rogan. All right, so listen, man. It is no mystery about what happened with Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? He made some racist comments back in the day. He said it was a compilation that somebody made of all the racist stuff he said since the podcast has been going about 12 years or so, maybe more than that. Right. Spotify said they're not going to drop him. That's not happening. They said they're going to.
So the fact that they said they wasn't going to drop him has now had a ripple effect, because now artists, I know NDIRE for one is like, well, she wants all her music pulled from Spotify.
Well, she was campaigning on that anyway before Joe Rogan. And
I mean, listen, the thing about it is, as an artist, I'm torn when it comes to stuff like this. Like, do I want to hear anybody saying racial slurs? Of course not. But do I also respect freedom of speech and freedom of expression? Yes, I do. The thing is, it's just like Facebook. If you don't want to hear it, you have the right to scroll past it. I'm not saying I agree with that man. By no means do I agree with him. But if that's how he wants, that's a podcast I'll never listen to. So why do I care?
I actually was on the fence initially until I heard his little compilation video.
I don't think
he used the N-word a lot of times. And the more I listen to that, I'm like, man, this is only like 12 years ago, man. That wasn't wise to do 12 years ago.
So let's look at listen to the compilation. Just maybe a few snippets of it, all right? So you get better context of what we're talking about. So this is Joe Rogan's compilation of him using the N-word. He didn't put this out, somebody else did. So I don't want to say that Joe Rogan put it out, but someone did the compilation. So here we go.
The nigger thing.
Yeah. Saying the word nigger.
You've already said nigger.
D is just like nigger. Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like this
boy that he's a nigger, but starts calling them niggers.
Word nigger.
There should be a word like nigger, especially the word nigger. That's our nigger.
About niggers.
He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And there are niggers. Start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger, and he couldn't say nigger. Most nigger.
He takes us there. We get out. And we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. And there's another clip that I have to address. I was telling a story on the podcast about how me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia, and we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab, and we got dropped off in this all-black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining, and I said we got out, and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes.
So first of all, he's ignorant because, you know, to say that he got out, first of all, he called us monkeys right there. He said Planet of the Apes, and he said it felt like he was in Africa. He must not know that there's white people that live in Africa. So there's his ignorance right there. Third of all, I wouldn't even listen to his corny show. Nobody really even cares about him. And fourth of all, sadly to say it, it's a lot of people that feel the way he feels. And probably when they in their house or when they're talking to their buddies, they probably using the same type of verbiage. My thing is this. Who is he? Why? We don't even need to make him important.
Oh, actually,
like
I gotta stop you right there.
I mean, he's big. He's real big.
He's been putting this thing down for a minute. So.
I mean, I don't personally listen to him either, man. I'm not a big fan of Joe Rogan. I've listened to him maybe once or twice, but I'm not a big fan of him. But I would say this, man, is like, again, initially I had this thought process. I was like, well, maybe if he said it a long time ago, his mind might be different and all this other stuff like that. But that N-word video just kind of cut, man. Cut to the core, man. So I don't even know if I don't know necessarily if he a racist, because I mean I'm assuming that, you know, he's hanging out with, you know, guys like Dave Chappelle and them. And I would think Dave is a guy that's not gonna go for that kind of thing, man. Me personally, but that N-word video kind of cut to the core.
Oh, yeah,
I hope Dave called him.
Well, they said that I was, you know, and this is just by way of comedy hype. They had a video out. They just put out maybe right before we started the show, so I didn't get a chance to look at it. Talking about why Dave Chappelle hasn't addressed the situation yet. And, you know, Dave is calculating, man. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to get all the facts before he actually.
He's probably going to do a whole show about it.
Probably. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, he said, this is Joe Rogan. He was saying, like, you know, the compilation that they put together was years of work or years of taking a lot of conversations out of context. So it's like if we having this conversation and someone just snipped a little piece out of every podcast that we said that was some of the worst stuff that we possibly could have said, it just put it together, you would sound crazy.
Yeah, it would sound horrible.
It would sound horrible. So just to, you know.
And I always say this too, you know, like, who knows, man? If you took everybody's Facebook posts and jokes and everything like that and, you know, put them all out there, you probably would feel the same way too. You would probably feel people are racist and all kind of other stuff that too. If you just went back and looked at everybody's little nicks and knacks, you're going to find some crazy garbage. But I honestly listened to his apology, and his apology sounded like really whack. I listened to his apology, man. His apology sounded really funny style, you know, because he even made some statement in the apology about like how black people are allowed to use the word and all kind of other stuff like that. And, you know, and it's kind of like he's saying, oh, well, I can't use the word, but you guys use the word or something. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
It's wrong when I say it is basically what he's saying. It's wrong when I say it.
He's corny for that. He's corny for that.
He shouldn't even have if he's going to apologize, he should have never even brought that up.
Exactly. But I got to tell you something.
And I'm not saying that it's good for black people to use it either. I think it should be a word that nobody should use it.
That's what I was getting ready to get into now. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm around my peoples or whatever, sometimes I slip up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it like he was saying it, though. I want to make reference to the fact that he kept saying ER, ER, ER. That means he got a Confederate flag in his house. Anyway.
I don't even know that, man. I'm just saying that it's just, I'll give you an example, man. Like, if we got on here and we started using, like, Jewish slurs and all the other stuff like that and the different ethnic slurs that we could use, you know what I mean? We would have problems.
Yeah.
As black people, we would have problems. They'd be kicking you off YouTube.
And we couldn't give no tiny little apology that doesn't sound sincere at all. We wouldn't be able to get off that easy.
You can't even you can't even type the N-word in Facebook. You can't even type it in Facebook. Yeah, if you type it and it kicks you off.
Well, my
it won't
thing
kick you off. It would move the word or something like that, or delete the word or something like that.
I was gonna say that you made reference to Black people shouldn't use it either, and I said sometimes I slip up when I'm around my peoples, but I will tell you this. You know, y'all know I like to shoot pool or whatever, and I go to the bar, go shoot pool, whatever, and it bothers me when I go to a mixed bar, like, you know, age-wise as well as ethnicity. And it bothers me when my people come in there and they like using the word like, you know, or telling the bartender, you my N-word, you know what I'm saying? And it makes my skin crawl because it's an embarrassment, you know, it's an embarrassment to hear.
So I know you don't really listen to like his show. And I'm not going to say I listen to every episode. Joe Rogan podcast be like 4 hours long in most cases. But funny that you mention that is because when he has a person like Dave Chappelle or Donnell Rawlins, which, you know, Donnell Rawlins gets on there and he's
he use the M-word then?
Yes. He you know, he's doing his Donnell Rawlins thing. So if you pulled up, you know, I didn't do it for the purpose of this show, but if you, Justin, any of the listeners out there, pull up those clips of Donnell Rawlins or Dave Chappelle on his show,
he's using the M-word.
They will use it and use it, Donnell Rawlins especially, excessively. And so it asks the question that you just did. This is mixed company. You know what I mean? So if you're in a certain situation where you're sitting across from Joe Rogan and everybody's an N-word this, N-word that, or whatever, I'm using this constantly, he might get to a spot where he's comfortable because you comfortable.
Well, clearly he's comfortable.
Yeah, so I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think no person outside the African American people, I mean, we shouldn't feel comfortable either, but no person outside of us definitely should feel comfortable using the N-word at all.
They do.
No, I'm not saying that they do. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying that you should not feel comfortable at all. You know what I mean? Because again, I think the N-word, and I'm not pushing aside any other racial slurs to any other ethnic group, but the N-word is different. It's different, man. It's a different word, man. Like, you know, it comes with a whole lot more. It got a lot of history behind it. So I just don't understand. I don't understand how anybody could feel comfortable outside of being African American that uses it. You know what I mean? I don't get me wrong. When we was kids, we grew up in neighborhoods. We was with a lot of Puerto Rican people, different ethnic groups and stuff like that. And we all, you know, we let Puerto Ricans use it. You know what I mean? But it's kind of weird because we would never say racial slurs to Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Ricans in New York, that's part of the language.
Yeah.
But you could never say anything. I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this might get a few thumbs down or whatever you want to say, but let's be for real. They may use it all day, Hispanic brothers and sisters, but at the end of the day, you're not saying nothing, no type of slur about them around them. You know what I mean? Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then also too, I would have to say this. I think we as kids allowed them to use it because they was with us in the street and the police harassed them just like they harassed us. You know, that kind of thing, man. You know what I mean? But as I got older, you know, I can understand that, you know, a Puerto Rican male man is going to get away with a lot more than us as African Americans in these streets.
Not right now.
What I mean? So
not right now.
No, well, what I'm saying, they let's catch flack, but they don't have it like us.
Now
they still catch flack.
Any person of color has it bad. Yes, granted, we do have it really, really bad, but any person of color, and see, that's what bothers me. This is kind of like this has to do with the topic, but it's kind of off the topic. This is what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because you just said when you were younger, you grew up with them. Everybody was around. Okay, I was around Spanish people too in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you ask them, like, it's very few that claim their Afro-Latina side or Latino side. You know what I mean? And really, they're people of color, just like we are. But if you ask,
I get it, but
they're not. They will tell you they're not black. I'm Puerto Rican. They will tell you that in a heartbeat.
No, I don't know, man. Because you know what's funny? I grew up with a lot of Puerto. I mean, they should be proud of their Puerto Rican heritage. Why not?
But everybody come from us.
Well, I would say this: growing up where we grew up at, I grew up with Puerto Ricans that came up in pretty much a black neighborhood. So I guess maybe they identify with us more than they would identify with, other people. But I would say this: those are my brothers. So we allowed them to get away with it, but again, because we seen them they was with us when we was getting harassed by the police, you know what I mean? All kinds of other stuff. So we allowed them to get away with it. But again, as I got older, I say, that's not cool for nobody to really say, man. This is not a word for anybody to just use out of their mouth. And I'm not saying I didn't use it in my lifetime, and who knows, maybe in some instances it might slip out here and there, but for the most part, I try not to use it. You know what I mean?
Kim, since we doing all of this racial stuff, let's hop on to Whoopi, because I have something to say, and I don't think you're gonna agree with me because nobody ever does.
All right, but to close this particular subject out, to speak to the point that you said, the apology sounded almost like a non-apology,
right?
Is because at that time he released that apology, Spotify lost $2 billion in stock.
That don't have nothing to do with him being sincere.
Hear me out. They lost over $2 billion in stock because of the controversy he had with the COVID situation. So then when the controversy with the COVID situation happened, he put the apology out. Stock went back up, and then maybe a couple of days later, you got this coming out. And so now, in order to,
I honestly don't believe Spotify care about the N-word. I think the problem is the COVID issue.
Yeah, the COVID issue, that, and then, it's just, it's just the fact that once that stock dropped, then, that's, stock is money. But also, too, he was saying, this is Joe Rogan, as of, I want to say yesterday. What's the day? The 10th, 9th? So, the 9th. So yesterday. He was saying that the recent controversies he's having is a political hit job, and that's coming from the Hollywood Reporter. He said on Tuesday in his episode of his podcast, he said that in a lot of ways this is a relief that the video of him saying the N-word had always been out there, and this is a political hit job. They're taking all this stuff I've ever said that's wrong and smushing it all together. It's good because it makes me address some stuff that I really wish wasn't out there. The question that I have too is, and I know you want to get into your thing, Josh, but the question I have too is that if Spotify paid him over $100 million to, get all the episodes of his show, you mean to tell me you did not vet any of the episodes that he put out that you purchased? So they knew. They had to know. Somebody had to know that these things would eventually come out. Right. What I mean? But
well, then also too, what is he being a relief? See, that's what I'm saying. That the fact that he even says that, man, it kind of is taken from is because again, if Whoopi said in the regards, we'll get into the Whoopi thing, but if Whoopi said after what she said, now that it came out, it was a relief or something like that, she would never be on television again.
That means that you knew this stuff was
he's saying it's it's a relief, meaning that that's a dangerous comment, man. You know what I mean?
It is. No,
it's a dangerous comment. That right there should cancel him. You know what I mean? And I'm not for canceling nobody. I'm into freedom of speech and all that other stuff like that. But that right there they should tax him or something or hit him hard, because he's almost saying like, shoo, now that I got this off my chest, we can go on. Like I'm not even worried about whether or not Spotify is going to get rid of me. I got this off my chest so we can move on. That's crazy.
Spotify 10 toes down. They said they're not letting him go because of that. But he also said that for his recent apology video, he said you should apologize if you regret something. I do think you have to be careful not to apologize for nonsense. Real life is people who know you and you're a great guy. On a podcast where you're talking for hours on end, I have said stuff about every demographic of human being possible, and I regret everyone that was like not funny. The punishment is everybody hears it, and I'm also an a-hole is what he said. But I can't stop shooting. I can't stop swinging. Over time, people will understand you, and they know you, and if you misstep, they know what you're trying to do. You're not a vicious person. You're just trying to be funny. So...
Yeah, I think I probably could have dealt with him better, man, if I didn't hear that whole video, and then also too the fact that his apology is kind of trash to me, man. You know what I mean? I would have respected better if he got on there and just said, "Listen, man, I said some things in the past that were incorrect. I apologize for it, and I got out of there." It seems like he's apologizing, but he's kind of going 10 toes down, on the back end. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, the Trumpster said that he's an interesting guy, but he has to stop apologizing to fake news and radical left maniacs and lunatics. How many ways can you say you're sorry? So, yeah, so we're going to close out that Joe Rogan situation. But so to speak to your point with Whoopi, and that happened, Whoopi should be on the tail end of her suspension, right? Because that was like a week ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think she should have got suspended.
Nah. I mean, well, nah. But
listen.
This is big business. What happens is that should she get suspended for, voicing your concern or your opinion on something? Yeah. But we do know what we're dealing with. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the ABC and all of them, they're not playing around. They ain't gonna let that slip. But
yeah, Whoopi knew what she was doing.
Yeah. So
basically, just for anybody who doesn't know, she made comments in regards to the Holocaust, which everybody knows is a big no-no.
Especially in New York City.
That's a fact.
Especially in New York. But my thing is, do you have a clip or something?
Yeah, actually, I do.
All right, so let's let the clip rock, and then I'll make my comment.
All right, so to set it up, they were talking about these books are being banned from schools. Mouse, which Mouse is like a graphic novel that depicted the Holocaust, but they had like the Jewish people were mice and the Nazis were cats, and it's like a big best-selling graphic novel. And the other one was To Kill a Mockingbird. So they were removing them from schools. So, all right. So this is pretty much the midst of the conversation. And here we go.
If you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race. No, it's about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Now let's stop right there.
What was wrong with what she said?
Man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I didn't say there's anything wrong with it.
I didn't think it was anything was wrong with it.
I didn't say anything was wrong with it.
It is a fact, but see, I'm gonna tell you why people got mad. People got mad because they know her last name is Goldberg, and they like, oh, you stunting. They got mad because of that. They got mad because of her skin color. Her last name ain't adding up. It don't match.
Well,
she has a Jewish last name.
Yeah,
she has a Jewish last name. But at the end of the day, it is man's inhumanity to man. And it is messed up what happened to the Jews. I'm not taking nothing away from that. That was a horrible, horrible situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how our two races are really not, more intertwined. With the simple fact is, man, we know what you went through. Yeah, we know what you went through. Let's stick together. But it's sad that we're still torn. But I don't think what she said was wrong at all. I don't. I don't think she should have got suspended. And I don't agree with the whole situation.
Well, I think what happens is a lot of people are trying to say technically on a technically she was correct, because according to I don't know, whoever created this, the 5 races are actually white, black, African American, American Indian, Alaskan Native, Asian, and Native Hawaiian, or something like that. And they were saying that that's what they were saying, that that's what she was trying to say, or something along those lines. But I don't think she was trying to say any of that. But on my side, I believe, we know those 5 races are on, every job application or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I guess we all say, when we say black, we say it's a race. When we say, any other ethnic group, we normally call it a race of people or something like that. You know what I mean? It may not be correct as far as like, a book is concerned, but, we always say it's a race of people. So I can see how some people may get offended. But I really, what I think the bottom line to Whoopi Goldberg is that I think she was like going above and beyond to say how horrible the Holocaust was. And I think she got lost in her words. I think that's really what it was.
I don't think she did. I don't think she said anything wrong. I think that people took what she said out of context. And at the end of the day, when I think about race, I think about 2 races. Either you're a person of color or you're white. That's it. Because this is what I'm saying. It's a lot of people, you could be from Guyana, okay? If a war breaks out, what side are you going to be on? You can't go over there. So I look at it like either you're a person of color or you're not. And I might be wrong for thinking that way. I mean, what did you say? Alaskan Pacific? If a war breaks out, where are they going? You better come over here.
I'm a human being, man. I'm with Whoopi on this one.
I'm team Whoopi too. I'm team Whoopi.
I'm a human being.
We actually agree on something.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to no. Again, I used to. Don't get me wrong. I'm a black man. At the end of the day, I know where I stand. But like I always say, man, I love my white brothers. I love, Jewish brothers, Spanish brothers, whoever you are, man. If you're a decent person, I dig you. But again, I think Jewish people just like us. If she said black wasn't a race, we would lose it. You know what I mean? Black people would lose it.
Yeah, because they would take it out, because it's being taken out of context. She's trying to say exactly what you said. Like, we just need to be loving one another. It's a man's inhumanity to man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man did something wrong to his fellow man. That's all she's trying to say. That's it.
Not to mention Whoopi, man, is like, she's like the ambassador, or the, what do you call it, the liaison for black people and white people. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, and I'm not. I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but once upon a time, Monique called her the help. Remember when Monique was going through a situation? And she was trying to. She was like, "If you call me, I would have schooled you or whatever." And Monique was like, "Look, if you telling me basically to roll over and not get what I deserve and work for free," she said, "That's slavery." And
where's Monique working now?
Huh?
What's Monique doing now?
I don't.
Probably still doing comedy.
I'm probably doing like
probably just doing stand up or whatever.
Doing that stand up. Okay.
Yeah. But she was like, "Yo, I don't want you to school me or nothing like that. Not to just roll over and, you know what I mean, work for free." So I'm not dissing Whoopi, but it's just like, it's funny how stuff like that come full circle. You know what I mean? Where they pretty much show you
but the difference between
where
that,
you at with it.
Yeah, but the difference between that is there's Whoopi Goldberg. She doesn't really have to do the View every morning. She has had revenue since she's been generating revenue for herself as a stand-up comedian since the 80s. She's set. She's done movies. She's done stand-up. She's done this TV show for years now. She's been on The View. She took over after Barbara Walters. And at the end of the day, she's straight. She's got her money. However,
I can counter argue with that. Bill Cosby was straight once upon a time. So when your name gets tarnished, all that goes out the window. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So when this thing right here happened, it's pretty much going to tell Whoopi, like, yo, you better watch your step. You know what I mean?
I think, honestly speaking, with who she is, I don't even think it'll go no further than that. She already apologized.
No, it won't. But it's just
2 weeks on it.
Now
because of her history.
You'll be careful about what you're saying, though. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have apologized. It's really sad that when you get into these positions, like a Whoopi Goldberg or just anybody, when you get into entertainment, you get in these positions, you really can't even express yourself. You can't even be who you want to be, because any little thing you say, they're going to dissect it. They're going to try and break you down. They try and get you out of your job. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't want the pressure.
You know what's funny? I think it could have been an apology, but it also could have been her just explaining the whole situation. Like, and I'm quite sure when she comes back, her explaining the whole situation is going to be basically like, "Did y'all listen to the comment?" That is the most That's the most heart-filling comment towards the Holocaust that there possibly could be. You know, the only word that she would say that she I would say she misspoke by saying that they're not a race. And again, technically speaking, on a book level, it's not, there's 5 different races supposedly. And, if we're following that, maybe not. But on the same token, I guess everybody would feel slighted if you don't call them a race. If you told a Haitian person they're not a race, or, Caribbean person, a Hispanic person, they're not a race or something like that, they would all feel slighted. So I get that. But I think it would have been not necessarily a crazy, full-fledged apology. It would have been more so simple just to say, "Listen, man, did y'all listen to this comment?" She said it's man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that means it's just evil.
How better can you put that? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my thing on it. My take on it.
I agree.
You agree on this one?
Yeah, me and him, we on the same page. Can you believe this?
Man's inhumanity to man. You can't get no better than that, man.
No,
I agree with you.
That was beautiful.
Put this one down in the books.
Beautiful.
Put it down in the book. So
I agree with Brooklyn Drake.
On a lighter note.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so you had a chance to catch up on Ozark, I see.
Let's do it. Yes, this is my favorite topic.
All right, so we're gonna round off this show on the Ozark situation. So tell us what you thought about it.
Let me just say,
Season 2, Part 1.
No, Season 4.
Is it 4? Oh, that's right, 4. I'm thinking about another show. Season 4, Part 1. It's a final joint, final stretch.
Let me just say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched the final episode of Part 1, a sadness came over me because 1, we don't know when Part 2 is coming out yet. And 2, it's going to be over. And that is literally one of the best shows. And I'm going to hate to see it go. 4 years is not enough for me. Like Marty and Wendy, they could keep doing this for, I will watch it all the time. Like all the time. That last episode was bananas. But the whole season was crazy.
Well, you want to start? You don't want to, I guess, spoil it too much because everybody listening to it and didn't see it.
All I know is that they pissed my girl off. Ruth is mad.
It's already over, man. Everybody, if you ain't watched it all, there's something wrong.
All right.
No, it's still some people that haven't watched.
All right, so spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. You can say that, and that you've been warned. So if you don't want to listen to it, you can turn this off. All right, go for it.
How about how?
Yeah.
He said we told you to stop. We told you to stop selling heroin, and you keep doing it, and pop Darlene in the head, and then said, "Sorry, kid," and pop old boy in the head too. First of all, that was a sick relationship anyway.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's like 20 something years younger than her.
Yeah,
like that could be her son.
20 something years younger than her. I'd beg to say 40. Maybe that one like she's about 70 years old.
How about the episode where Tommy from Power, his father went into the house?
How about
your phone
broke
went
up,
out for a second.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got you now.
For me, mine?
Yeah, yours went out.
Yeah, you went out.
Yeah, you frozen actually.
But
we can hear you. We can hear
you. Yeah, I was gonna say the coldest episode. The whole coldest episode on there was when was it Wendy watched Darlene have the heart attack?
Yeah, and she sat down.
Yeah, sat down.
She bent it down. She bent it down in like a Indian position and watched her have the heart attack, and then called the police.
Yo, my homeboy wrote on Facebook the other day. Shout out to my homeboy Ed. He wrote on Facebook the other day, who's more of a savage, Wendy or Marty? This season right here, your girl Wendy was crazy.
She's always been more savage than
Wendy was much worse. She's always been worse. She's always been worse than Marty. Yeah.
Yo,
she's been
what she did when they called her to identify her brother, she looked at Marty. She said, "I gotta go identify the body." He said, "Well, we know it's not him." She said, "Obviously." I said, "What is going on with
when she let down? Remember when the drug kingpin told her, "Yo, like you let me down of everybody."
Yeah, he said.
"Yo, that means you must have had some high hopes for this chick."
Well, let's talk about that real quick because I need to watch that last episode again. My confusion is this: they was playing sides. I get it. So does Javi know that his nephew is all mixed up in this, or they don't know?
He said the nephew was going to try to make a play for him eventually. It was going to try to take over. So
but he told him he was taking over. But they flat out told the uncle, they told him like, "Yo, like you got to do this with the FBI, right?"
More years.
What happened?
Right.
What happened?
So he had to do 5 more years. They told him they wanted him to be they were saying they wanted him in charge of the cartel for 5 more years.
What they tell the nephew? They told him he could run it for another year.
Well, he told the nephew initially that he could run it, but then that's when the CIA or FBI stepped in and told him that he had to take it back from the nephew, and he was saying that was going to be
the nephew wasn't going to like that because probably try to
wasn't going to like it because it already gave it to him.
And you see how they screwed the black chick too, because they didn't even let her know. They screwed her big time. She did all that work for what?
I think she about to get dirty too.
She did get dirty.
She can make it down with Marty.
Yeah, she about to get down.
Yeah.
She better watch out. I want to know where this is going because I want to know where it's going to go because I want to know what Ruth thinks she going to do with the cartel. I don't know, but it's going to be good. And
Ruth's going to be dead.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be like Breaking Bad where, you know what I mean, how that ended, man?
No, I never watched Breaking Bad.
You never watched Breaking Bad?
Nah, everybody told me to watch that and Ray Donovan, and I just haven't watched either.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch Breaking Bad.
But Ozark,
Ruth is going to die.
Let's talk about this. I don't know if y'all know, but like Power Book 4 started and it's Tommy. I think that this one might be better than all of them. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Honestly, I don't know because I don't have that channel.
I know that's crazy. Like, who doesn't watch Power? You too, Andre? Oh, okay.
I'm not saying I don't watch it. I'm saying I don't have that channel. I can't watch it because I don't have that channel.
You get it for $3.99. They advertise it on Instagram all the time. $3.99. The first week is free. But
can't pay the $3.99, man. I'm not doing it.
Andre, let me ask you a question. I gotta ask you a question. You gotta get a Fire Stick, man. Let's talk after the show. I know some people. Andre, did you watch Tommy?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
What are you thinking?
Well, I figured because he's more like a seasoned actor and everything like that, I think they would say the best for last.
But that's not the last.
I think they would say the best for last. It was a good episode. His first episode was. No, I'm just saying as far as like, you know, they had like that trilogy thing going on with the.
It's still going.
Tariq and then they had the one
Power.
With, what was the other?
Tariq, right. Raising Kanan.
Well, they're going to keep rounding up, but when I say out of the trilogy, like when they came up with them 3 shows, I would think they would say Tommy would be the best for last.
I know I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving it already. I'm not knocking. I got tired of seeing the mom as the head drug dealer, bossing everybody around, this and that. I got tired of seeing that. I like the fact it's a little switch up, it's a little change. I like where it's going. And honestly speaking, you know, I was this season of Power got really good after a while. I was more impressed because at first it starts off so crazy. I'm just like, what is all of this? Like, what are we doing here?
But you know, with all of 50 Cent's movies and shows, I won't say movies, but the little shows, all of the movies starts off horrible. Well, not movies, the shows start off. Yeah.
BMF ain't start off horrible to me.
The shows start off hard. I think that started off dry too, man, because what happens is he takes so long to set the characters up. I didn't like the beginning of BMF. I think the last couple of episodes got better.
I love BMF.
I think the last couple of episodes got better, but
I loved it from
I'm
the
not saying
beginning.
it didn't turn out to be good. No, I didn't like the. I thought it was dry in the beginning.
Oh no, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was a perfect setup.
Beginning.
Yeah. I don't know.
But even the original Power, if anybody watched the original Power, the first couple of shows was trash.
First two seasons.
I'm saying the first couple of shows was not that good. It wasn't until it got later. So. Yeah, he takes a long time to set up the show.
The first show of
he even admitted he even somewhat admitted to it. He was saying, like, you know, they take a little while to get the characters together.
The first episode of Power was dope. That's where he had the guy and the girl in the basement, you know, of the club. He switched out his clothes. That's when we see he was still in the life. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was good.
Yeah. Right. It kept me interested.
Yeah. Now another show.
Wrap this. Go ahead.
It's Succession on HBO. You gotta check it out.
You keep talking about Succession.
You gotta check it out. And of course, Billions is dope.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get ready to wrap. It was a light show today, so covered a lot of ground. And so we're gonna get ready to close it out. Anybody got any closing remarks?
No, I'm satisfied.
Nah. We good.
All right, it was a light show today, folks. So if you're listening, it's a real light show. Had a good one last week, you know, so let's go. We take it easy today. So the Only One Mic podcast is available on all major platforms that you stream your podcasts on. Please don't forget to rate the show and subscribe, smash up the likes. Also, if you'd like to get in contact with the Only One Mic podcast, you can reach us via Instagram and Twitter at the Only One Mic P1, Facebook and LinkedIn at the Only One Mic podcast, and also via email at the Only One Mic 00@gmail.com. And we also on YouTube, Only One Mic podcast. Just type in Only One Mic podcast. Thank you for making time. And as I always say, speak your truth quietly and clearly and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant, because they too have their story to tell. I never ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Peace.
Peace.